In our next one, we've got the Detroit Lions going on the road to take on the Baltimore Ravens.
This is gonna be this is gonna be my game. I feel like I'm trying to figure out like, all right, how can I watch this or whatever? Because you know, Ravens are my AFC team. Like that's like basically the franchise I wish that the Bears kind of like emulated more so of. Strong defense and then formidable offense. More modern. So uh, I don't know, man. I think we were talking about before, like Dan Montgomery. It looks like he's going to be out. That could definitely be an issue for sure. He's been playing really good football. They have a good offensive line, so that should help some of the running backs. I think Craig Reynolds, he's kind of next man up there. Gibbs, still he might be playing. Keep an eye on that. But you know, yeah, they're running thin on the running back side, and I feel like Jared Goff, he needs like a little bit of run. He needs a running game in order to kind of complement his play action passing, making sure that the edge rushers just aren't like completely rushing it, into him. So, for me, all that being said, I'm gonna take the Ravens then with that.
Yeah.
Ravens defense has been playing really well. I think, without Montgomery, without that necessary run game, I feel like they'll be able to get to Jared Goff, maybe create a turnover here and there. And then, Lamar Jackson in that offense definitely has been up and down. But overall, they've been able to put some points on the board, and I feel like even against, very tough Lions defense, yeah, I think they'll be able to score some points, maybe score like 21, 24 points, something like that. But yeah, I think my concern more so is Ravens defense against the Lions offense. I think they'll be able to shut them down some against the Lions there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think both these teams go to 5-2. A bump in the road perhaps for the Lions. I think I'd like to get more clarity on how long David Montgomery is going to be out for because,
Hmm.
like I was saying last week, watching him live, seeing what his impact is on the game with that team. He's a different player. He's a difference maker. Craig Reynolds, I don't think he rushes at the same, you know, uh, pace as a David Montgomery. I think that's going to be a total change for them just in terms of what they have talent wise in their stable. Gibbs is a different type of player. Like I think he's electric. I think he's more of a pass catching threat than I would say between the tackles.
Hmm.
Against the Ravens, that might be a decent way to play. I mean, it seems like if I was to guess, they'd probably have some points of the game where they're running out of negative game script types where they might have to
Yeah.
go a little bit more pass heavy, but this seems like one of those like get humbled type of matchups for the up and coming Lions. Like they're having a great season so far, but the Ravens are pretty established. I'm sure they'd like to get the taste out of their mouths from their more recent matchups. They just so happened to drop one to the Steelers as
Yeah.
probably the most clear example of that. But yeah, I mean I trust the Ravens to do their job, especially at home. And yeah, I think this is like a get right game for them. And I think both teams continue to do well for the rest of the year. This will just be one up for Baltimore and one down for Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ravens are playing at home there too. Point spread, yeah, it was like 3. So, they think it's definitely going to be a close game. We'll see what happens, I think, with Montgomery. But yeah, it looks like he's not going to be. I think Dan Campbell said he's going to miss some time, something like that. So, but yeah, we'll see kind of how that game goes. But yeah, the Ravens, just kind of how they played last week against the Titans. I feel like yeah, they can definitely win like a really great type of matchup like with the Lions.
Yeah.